Hi, Mowbray here. I just want to talk to you about how to pick the right lens for your Mojector. First of all, the Mojector comes with a Canon EOS mount. So any Canon EOS mount lens will fit on here. Will any Canon EOS mount lens be great for this? Not necessarily. First of all, I always recommend more of a wide angle lens. The lenses I tend to use the most are a 20mm to a 24mm. Matter of fact, one of the lenses I use most often is this Sigma 20mm lens. It's an EOS mount. It's an autofocus lens, which can cause some issues, but I'll talk through that in just a second. So basically, mounts on like any other lens. And here's where an autofocus lens can be okay or can be not so okay. This is one acid test for your Canon mount lens. Is it manual focus also? If it's not, pain in the butt. If you can manual focus, because you can with this one, I can flip this to manual focus. And then the other thing you need to look for is, does it have a distance scale? Let's come in tight on this thing. You can see here that this lens has a distance scale on it. It allows me, when I manual focus, I can dial in the exact distance. So when I set up my Mojector and I get it where I want it to be, I can measure the distance from the Mojector to the wall, and then I can dial that distance in on this manual scale. So this is a way an autofocus lens can work with the Mojector as long as you can manually focus it and you can dial in the exact distance. So what are some of the other options out there? Well, actually, when I was just first using this, I used a manual focus lens, no autofocus lens at all. Matter of fact, I have it here. This is actually a Sigma too. It's a Sigma FD mount manual focus lens. And it's an FD mount. Well, this is an EOS mount. How do we make that work? That's pretty simple. You pick up an EOS to FD adapter. And these are about 12 bucks on Amazon. I think you can find them on eBay, other places like that. It's just a simple little adapter. And I've got one hard mounted on this particular Mojector, so it allows me to use any FD mount lens. Now, an FD mount lens you can pick up fairly cheap. I just bought this one. Let's see, where have I got it? This is a 24mm FD mount Canon lens that I picked up for like 50 bucks. And I got it from KEH Camera Brokers. So I think you can find these out there for $40 to $75. Go to your local camera store, check out KEH, check out eBay, check out wherever. You don't need the best lens available. This is actually a pretty good lens. A better lens is going to sharpen, it'll be a little bit more sharp focus, going to have a little less chromatic aberration, but you know what? We're just projecting on the wall, we're just projecting on the background, so it doesn't have to be perfect. But when you put in your adapter, you can take your FD lens, and then now it works just fine. And again, the beauty of having an old manual focus lens is you've got usually typically a better distance scale built into it, so you can get a little tighter on your focus. It's made to be manually focused because there's no autofocus in this. So I think it's a good use for an old manual focus lens. But what do you do if you've got a Nikon camera? Well, we do sell a Nikon lens adapter that'll work with your Nikon lenses. It fits on to where the EOS mount is on the front of the Mojector. You put on your Nikon adapter and it allows you to use your Nikon lenses like any other lens. So it's good for Nikon, it's good for Canon, and everybody's going to ask, well, what about Sony? Yeah, sorry. That's one of the reasons why I'm pointing out you can pick up these really inexpensive old manual focus lenses, because I don't know that you want to be putting your $1,500 lens on this. Not that it's not stable, but you know what, better safe than sorry. I'd rather put a $50 lens on that and then not have to worry about it. And then I can keep this lens with the Mojector all the time, and I'm not taking one of my really nice lenses out of production and I can't use it on my camera for that particular shot. Maybe I wanted to use that lens on that shot. Well, it's on my Mojector. Oh, damn it, that doesn't work out. So, you know, if you're shooting Sony like I do, I shoot Sony now. I'm using a Canon lens on my Mojector. So hopefully this helps you out, gives you some ideas on what to do with the lens. Now, can you use a 50mm? Sure. You know, it's just going to give you a little less width on your projection. A lot of it just depends on how far away from your background or your wall that you're projecting and the look that you want. So, hey, go out there, play, explore, find something that works for you. I'm just telling you some of the stuff that I do and some of the best practices I've found, but don't let that limit you, because this is a fun, creative toy. Go out and play. Hopefully this helped you out.